is another video tutorial somewhat. I've already kind of started this process. I have a scrap bag coming today, so trying to get this truck out of the bay. I'm just going to flip this camera around so you guys can quit looking at my face, start looking at some 4Runner parts. So I just have a frame that I'm preparing for, a V8 frame for sale that's on eBay. Getting ready to get out of here. So we have a 2004 Limited V8. This is a two-wheel drive, basically the same frame. And as you guys can see, I have it completely gutted. So I did a video not too long ago on removing the dashboard. I've already started to unplug a lot of this just because, like I said, my scrap guy is coming to pick this up later today. So I'm a little bit of in a hurry on this, but I can always do another video if people are like, hey, we didn't see these steps. Obviously, I've missed some steps since the dash has been removed. But a few things, guys, is there's a lot of stuff that basically needs disconnected. And so I guess starting from the bottom, working our way up towards the top, there is these little mounts right here. So there's these little guys. These go into right here. So they kind of, see if I can put it on there, how it would sit. So it would normally look something similar to that. And so I unbolt these completely whenever I do teardowns. You may not need to, but it might make the process easier on these because those pegs, as you guys can see, they got like those little studs. So those studs go through that mount and keep this whole thing in place. So those are on both sides. So as you can see, there's another one over here on that side. You also have some random little harness stuff that is on here, like little grounds and stuff. Some of that stuff can probably stay on because you're essentially just needing to get this bar to pull forward enough so that you can get this box out. And so some other stuff that I disconnected were, well, I guess actually you might need to get into this section because you technically need to get these off, which they will pull off, but to get them back in and to get them to sit right, you're probably going to need to pull your carpet forward so you can get into this whole area. So front seats definitely got to come out, guys. A few other things that are attached to this actual heater core box, AC cluster box, because it is a limited, there is actually 3 actuators. So most SR5s and Sport Editions do not have this one. This is for the dual climate. And so that's how you're able to control, you know, heat and cold for both sides, particularly if you have a limited. If you do not, it's not as simple as just changing out the little head unit as most people think. You actually need the whole box assembly that controls that separate actuator. So some other stuff that is on the bar here that's actually holding the bar to the body on the outside. So as you can see in here, you have 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spot. So you have under this little black cap that already fell off. So these little black caps are usually sitting right in here. So you have 1, 2, 3. Now those of you with a door on, because keep in mind this is no door, so your hinges would literally be right here. So that particular bolt is going to be a pretty pain in the butt to get out. I'm not sure if you're going to have to remove your door or if you're just going to be able to undo it and pull it out enough where it clears. That may be the case where you can just undo it, bring it out maybe an inch, and then it'll clear your door gap. Because you need that to clear ever so slightly, but that bolt is a larger size bolt. Let me see if it's around here somewhere, guys. So your standard bolts that go in the side are like really short little stubby ones right here. They're little gold ones. I want to say they're like They're like these guys or something, you know, they're really short. This one is a longer one. This one goes in the back here. So you can see that's how far it goes in before it actually starts to touch that stud. So you just need to get it out just a hair. So, you know, half an inch, just a bit. So once those three are out, you also have another 12 mil that's hiding up here. You guys can see that. So I already got that one removed. So that's 112. And then you have this one that was hiding right here. I already got that one out. And this is all stuff that's connected to, you know, from this support bar, like to the other part of the main body. The other sections of the support bar, let's take you guys around here, sorry. So the other side of the support bar here, I already have technically removed, which is these two right here. So these are 212s. So there's 1 and 2. And they go into those 2 holes there. Now you can see that there's some other stuff in here that's plugged in. You have, like in some cases, I think this is like a anti-theft warning device. You have your ECU immobilizer, and then you have another actuator over here. And then you also have 2 more actuators over here. So those are all going to get unplugged because you're going to need to take all that out in order to swap everything over. So once those are removed, I'm trying to think if I missed anything over here, guys. I believe that's it for passenger side, besides that one that I mentioned already right there. And then I already started to kind of loosen this a little bit so it does pull forward. But in order for you to get it to pull forward, you also need to disconnect this bar from the actual AC boxes. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, or if you've looked at yours, but there's little tabs. You can see where it kind of goes around. And so the only way that's going to get disconnected from that is if you lift this whole bar up. So the bar needs to actually physically go up and out at the same time, essentially, to get this whole thing to come forward. The other thing that we did when we're disconnecting this from the engine is you obviously got to disconnect your hard lines. You have your other hard lines here. A secret to those, you guys, some cases it can be easier, harder, just depends on, I guess, what you're reusing. So I've seen someone not remove these because sometimes those can be a real big pain in the booty. But over here, where everything clips in, you can actually just remove these little crimps. So there's 4 little crimps right there. So I've seen someone just pry those out, and obviously you want like some kind of little catch pen in there, but you can pull them out and disconnect it right from there, so that way you're not having to disconnect the whole other main part. But that's up to you guys if you want to try it that way. I have seen some people do it that way. You can also get to that heater core box by removing this guy here on the driver's side. That's a little foot vent. And once you remove that, I've seen people change out the heater core without even removing the dashboard. So not sure if there's any videos on that, but I have seen people like that in the groups on Facebook. So check that out, guys, if you have not seen it. We got a few of those other 10 mils that hold in the main AC box. They're kind of hiding. There's one that goes right here. There's another that goes in here. And then there's the one that was over there. And I believe that's it. You guys will go along the process. I might do another video, as I mentioned. But this should essentially lift up and out. It's really hard for me to do this one-handed. So I'm going to see if I can set you guys down for a second over here. I apologize on the angle for this. See if I can wedge something in there. Oh, that doesn't work. Let's see if I can get you guys propped up. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Alright, so let's see if I can get this thing removed. Now it's possible I'm caught up on something. So this harness right here is still clipped in. This is the harness for your shifter assembly. Obviously you want to be a little bit more gentle than I am. You don't have to remove this thing all the way out of the way, just enough to get you enough room to get it in there. It's up to you how much you want to move it back and out of the way. I'm going to show you guys about how much slack you have based on what I'm doing and what I'm pulling away. So right now, I'm mostly caught up on, I'm pretty sure, this little guy right here. So just gonna set you guys back up. Boom, comes right off. Now, another thing I forgot to mention that I disconnected is 2 Phillips. So your vents screw into here with a small little tiny Phillips. I have no idea where it is. It's somewhere down here. But there's 2 of them. There's one on passenger, one on driver's side. So those are connected to the box, obviously. So I think it's just easiest to disconnect it here, and then you can kind of leave that dangling there in the back. So see if I can get you guys some video of this getting closer at all. Might be getting caught on these lines, possibly. Obviously, if you have 2 people on this job, it makes it much easier. So possibly could be getting caught up there. See if we can move this side a little more. So that's typically not going to fall like that, you guys. I already disconnected this with a few 10 mils. This is part of the video that it wasn't. So there's a 10 right here, 10 right there, 10 over there. That all secure the bottom of this. So you can kind of see there's like a couple areas where it'll clip into, and it's got like some really big like washer style like these guys. So those are on the bottom, 3 of them. And then there's also another one, or 2 rather, I believe, that went into the side. So right on the bottom here, there's a little spot for a screw. And that was this guy, I believe. Pretty sure. So that gets disconnected. You could leave that dangling there if you're not removing this piece. And then from there, you should be able to, you know, maneuver the box out of there however you need to get it. Getting it back in, obviously, is going to be a challenge in itself, guys. I apologize, I do not do installs. This is a demolition service only. But I got 5 other trucks I got to pull apart. So if you guys are looking for more videos on this, if you need help, assistance, I always got trucks coming in. If you are looking for a video and you can't find it online, or you just want a better perspective because you like listening to my voice more or something, I don't know, let me know, guys. I don't mind doing custom videos for people.
That's kind of what this video is someone had a special request. They actually purchased this unit off of me, and they wanted a video on what all is involved in getting this in and out. So I hope this video helps you. If you need another one, once again, just reach out, guys. Thanks for watching. AZ 4Runner Parts, 03 to 09 4Runner Parts, guys. If you need anything, we got parts in stock, ready to ship. Filling this place up. If you're looking for frames, let me know. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.